Good day, everyone. We are from Group Furia, a group dedicated to promoting transparency and accountability in our society. I am joined by my group mates Kyle, Dana, and Micah. And together, we are here to present our campaign, The Misuse of Public Funds para sa Tao. Accountability starts with us. Public funds are meant to serve the people, to build roads, schools, and hospitals, and to provide essential services. But when these funds are misused, it takes away our opportunities for progress and a better quality of for life for everyone. Accountability doesn't just rest on our leaders. It starts with each one of us by staying informed, reporting misuse, and actively participating in community initiatives. We can help ensure that public funds are used for their rightful purpose, improving lives. Together, let's build a society that values honesty, fairness, and transparency. Let us take action today for a brighter, corruption free future for every Filipino. Moving on for our executive summary, the campaign Misuse of Public Funds, Pondo para sa Tao, Accountability Starts With Us, aims to raise awareness about the improper use of government resources and empower citizens to demand transparency and accountability. By educating communities about how public funds should benefit the people, we strive to promote a culture of vigilance and responsibility. The campaign includes social media initiatives, community forums, and partnerships with local organizations to spread our message effectively and engage a wide audience. Our goal is to spark action by inspiring individuals to participate in budget monitoring, report anomalies, and hold leaders accountable. Through clear messaging and accessible platforms, we encourage every Filipino to take an active role in safeguarding public funds. Together, we can create a future where public resources are used for genuine progress, benefiting the lives of citizens. Accountability truly starts with us. For our background, public funds are intended to serve the people, providing essential services and infrastructure that improve the quality of life for all citizens. However, cases of misuse and mismanagement of these funds remain prevalent, leading to widespread disruption in government institutions. Corruption and lack of transparency often results in delayed or substandard projects, leaving communities underserved. These issues persist despite existing laws and mechanisms meant to ensure accountability. For our purpose, the campaign Misuse of Public Funds para sa Tao Accountability Begins With Us aims to raise awareness about the proper use of government resources and the importance of accountability. Its goal is to address systemic corruption by encouraging collective and action engagement. Through educational activities, the campaign aims to provide a clear information on the processes involved in the budget allocation and expenditure. Ultimately, the campaign envisions a society where every citizen plays an active role in ensuring the public resources benefits everyone. And for our focus, the campaign will center on promoting education, engagement, and regarding the use of public funds. Activities will include workshops on understanding government budgets and how to report irregularities effectively. Additionally, the initiative focuses on creating a digital platform for reporting issues and tracking fund allocations, and it also prioritizes collaboration with local government units to ensure that the campaign aligns with existing laws and mechanisms. For our strength, we have empowers communities by giving people the skills along with knowledge they need to hold authorities responsible. The campaign empowers people. It highlights how common people can make a significant difference by concentrating on youth and local leaders. It creates a network of driven ambassadors. For clear and relevant purpose, the marketing efforts addresses the pervasive worries about wrongdoing and accounting fraud by concentrating on the important and current topic of federal fund integrity. And lastly, for the strength, we have the cost-effective approach through the use of acts as a volunteer-free resources and online systems. The organization online system, it will increase on its impact. For our weaknesses, we have the resource constraints. Despite the program's reliance on participants and free resources, it could ultimately grow difficult to sustain the same level of excellence. Thus, relying too much on volunteer-driven initiatives could result in overall exhaustion and affect the movement's long-term viability. Next, we have the complexity of public funds. It is sometimes difficult to simplify the finances of government and budgeting the wide of audience due to their high level of technicality. Because subjects like these can be made more interesting by using practical instances, storytelling, and visualization. Lastly, we have the potential misinformation. This could result from the information shared during the campaign being misunderstood or misused by the participants. For our opportunities, we have the public demand and transparency. This will increase inclined to engage in ownership of projects similar to this one since they are speaking out to discuss corruption-related issues. We have international support. The idea gains legitimacy and more interest from the global supporters, such as groups offer arsenal of tools, classroom instructions, and subsidies that can assist in overcoming resource limitations. Lastly, for opportunities, we have community-led initiatives. It will highlight the need for cooperation by demonstrating the way little groups, classrooms, and neighbors may bond together safeguarding funding from the government. And for our threats, we have political polarization. It could cause divides and fewer votes from the certain individuals. It takes careful language that encourages diversity and language that neutrality. It navigates this hostility. Developing cross-party rapport is crucial to the campaign's accomplishment. Next, we have the economic instability. People may put short-term financial worries ahead of prospective governance issues during periods of economic instability, because it is essential to show how stewardship affects economic stability and well-being. Lastly, for threats, we have the opposition from interest groups. Other interest groups may take advantage of connections with other stakeholders like legislators, media, and in public generally. Because these issues and other bad factors or other forces, social marketers may prepare for pushback. For our target audience, we have government official ages 30 to 60, working professionals, primarily local government employees. So these are many local officials face pressure from constituents for greater accountability. Research shows that officials are open to platforms that offer collaboration and promote transparency. Next, we also have educated young adults ages 18 to 35, students, young professionals, and activists. Younger generations are more likely to engage with social issues. Study shows that high digital media usage and active participation in civic initiatives among this group. Lastly, we have marginalized communities with low-income families. This group often experiences the consequence of misallocated public funds. Research shows how high level of dissatisfaction with the current public service offerings, making them receptive to change.
So for the behavior objectives and goals, we are using the SMART technique, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So our first goal, which is to increase public awareness of accountability, and this is to raise awareness about the importance of accountability in public fund usage among 70% of the target demographic. And we will rate these through social media interactions, events, and survey feedback. We will utilize digital platforms, community events, and media partnerships to reach diverse audiences, and public awareness is crucial to fostering accountability practices and ensuring informed participation. We aim to achieve this awareness goal within 6 months of campaign launch. Next is to engage citizens in monitoring and advocacy. So we plan to engage 50,000 citizens across the target audience groups in active monitoring or advocacy activities related to public fund transparency. To track participation, we will use online petitions, social media engagement, and community workshops. We will also leverage influencers, community leaders, and partner organizations to rally participation. And this participation ensures sustained demand for transparency and accountability, and we plan to attain this level by 12 months of the campaign period. So the third one is to empower communities to hold officials accountable. So we plan to train 5,000 community leaders and local influencers to engage in accountable governance practices and empower their communities. By tracking the number of trained leaders and the number of community-led accountability initiatives, we will ensure this. We will conduct workshops, webinars, and localized training sessions to teach key accountability practices. And through this, empowered leaders help ensure long-term behavior change in local governance. And we plan to complete this training within 9 months of campaign launch. So for the fourth objective, we plan to increase citizen trust in government. So We plan to raise transparency by 25% among the campaign's target audience. We will use pre and post campaign surveys to measure changes in public trust. And we will implement transparent communication strategies and showcase successful examples of accountability through media and case studies. Trust is a fundamental factor in the success of both governance and citizen participation, and we plan to achieve the 25% increase within 12 months of the campaign start. So, for the fifth objective, it is to promote long term behavioral change and public engagement. So, we encourage a 40% increase in ongoing public engagement regarding budget reviews and advocacy for fund allocation. Track participation in post campaign government related meetings and online discussions, and to foster continuous engagement through sustained digital outreach and regular community check ins. So, the long term behavior change is essential for creating a culture of accountability, and we plan to increase this by 18th month mark of the campaign. So the sixth objective, which is the last one that we enumerated, is to leverage social media to drive advocacy. So we plan to generate at least 500,000 social media interactions. This includes shares, comments, posts, and likes. This is focused on public fund accountability and transparency. We track social media analytics across platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll utilize influencers, engaging content, and digital advertising to drive interaction. Social media is a powerful tool for amplifying the campaign's message and reaching wider audiences. And we plan to reach this goal within 6 months of campaign launch. So, the Pondo para sa Tao campaign recognizes the challenges that prevent people from engaging. Public fund processes demand time and effort, which not everyone can spare, and many fear standing up to authorities without proper support. Widespread hopelessness fueled by perceptions of entrenched corruption makes participation seem pointless. Social issues like misinformation, political divisions, and the daily struggle for survival further hinder involvement. To address these challenges, the campaign emphasizes the tangible benefits of transparency and accountability, such as improved schools, roads, and healthcare. It empowers citizens by providing tools and knowledge to demand accountability and take action. Partnerships with community leaders, NGOs, and young advocates help inspire and influence communities. By leveraging social media, the campaign spreads awareness and drives meaningful, lasting change.
For our positioning statement, Pondo para sa Tao, accountability begins with us. It obviously highlights how transparent fund use leads to better school, healthcare, and services, like empowering citizens and especially youth and leaders to drive change. This campaign fosters trust and collaborations for a more equitable and transparent society. Okay, for the marketing mix for our campaign, first is the product. The campaign advocates for better governance, fair resource allocations, and improved public services through accountability. It offers educational materials such as workshops and forums, along as with the enhanced tools like an online fund tracking platform, mentorship programs, and recognition for transparency advocates. For the price, the campaign minimizes participation costs such as the time, effort, and social risk by providing free materials like workshops and online access. Incentives include vouchers and public recognitions, while disincentivize like fines target non-transparency. For the place, workshops are held in accessible venues like schools and community halls, while online resources, apps, and social media enables remote participations and fan monitoring. For the promotions, every voice matters, every action counts. Is promoted via social media, traditional media, and community events. This campaign utilize influencers, leaders, and interactive activities to engage audiences and inspire actions.
Now, moving on to the monitoring and evaluation plan for the Pondo para sa Tao. So, the campaign is assigned to ensure that objectives are met, progress is tracked, and areas for improvement are identified. The primary focus is on evaluating public awareness, citizen engagement, and government accountability. Key inputs include budget utilization, training materials, and human resources, while outputs are measured through participation rates, workshops conducted, and social media engagement. Outcomes such as increased public trust, and policy changes are monitored over time. The framework spans 12 months, while activities including baseline data collection, midpoint evaluations, and final assessments complemented by long-term behavior assessments at the 18-month mark. This structured approach ensures that the campaign remains impactful and aligned with its goals. Now let's look at the budget for implementing the campaign. So the total estimated cost for implementing the Pondo para sa Tao campaign is 1,035,000 pesos. So this budget includes expenses for campaign development such as content creation for 150K, online platform development for 200K, and marketing collateral for 75,000. And promotion efforts are allocated for 230,000, covering social media, advertising, media partnerships, and influencer collaborations. Workshops and training costs are 135,000 pesos, which include venue rentals, trainer honorariums, and materials. Monitoring and evaluation activities are budgeted at 95,000 pesos, encompassing surveys, analytics tools, and final report compilation. Logistics such as staff stipends, transportation, and as a contingency fund are estimated at 150,000 pesos. So the campaign anticipates cost savings of 150,000 pesos through in-kind contributions from partners such as free venue usage and volunteer-driven workshops. This streamlined budget ensures efficient resource utilization, supporting the campaign's goal of fostering transparency and accountability in public fund allocation.